Welcome, Benchwarmers. Man City have been charged. And no, it's not 2020 anymore. Arteta may have just saved football, guys. Arteta may have saved football. Manchester to become what they hate the most. Bring in the oil money. Let's go, right, guy? I know you're happy. Nico's twerking for Chelsea, just like Mudryk was twerking for Arsenal. Let's see if he abandons ship to another sinking ship. Ship, sorry. Finally, Ronaldo is accompanied by LeBron James in the all-time scoring record for the respective sport. I got a round of applause for those two goats of the game. Ronaldo. We have witnessed history in a short amount of time. Oh, I think Kane set some kind of record too.
Yes.
Something like that.
All-time leading goal scorer for Tottenham.
Nothing to show for it. Fucking what a joke. We are the Benchwarmers. Let's talk some footy.
Still tough to do.
I am one of your hosts. My name is Eric.
Nico, Nick.
John aka Gat.
And I'm Josue Dyer, who gets picked on.
And behind the scenes, making sure the magic works, are two cracked producers.
Yo. What's good?
Money V. Money V. So look, I usually have an opening question, but just given the context of everything that's happened this week, which we are gonna, I'm sure if you've been living under a rock, then obviously you don't know what happened, but I'm sure everybody knows what we're gonna talk about first. But before we get into everything,
What happened?
well, what happened is that people aren't subscribing, aren't liking, and aren't joining us on the bench. So if you want to do all that stuff, go down to the description down below. It goes a very long way. We appreciate that. We want to see you on this bench. We want to give you the banter. We want to receive the banter. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Anything that get the episode kicked off for today?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Listo.
Let's do it.
You more ready than Liverpool are?
Absolutely.
Oh, I hope so.
Blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. All right, fuck it. All right. So if you have not been living under a rock, you obviously know what's going on with Manchester City. They have been charged by the Premier League over 100 breaches of financial fair play, a whole bunch of stuff. So essentially cheating. So happy to say that. Hopefully it actually does go somewhere. But before we get into what actually is going on there, my opening question to you guys is, what is one punishment for City you would actually like to see? Not saying that it's realistic, but you would actually want to see this. Point deduction, relegation, title strip, and if so, are the second place teams getting those titles in return? Player release, fines, or my favorite, replay the matches.
Title strip, please.
Title strip.
Please. If they get the title strips, I'll never watch football again. I can lay on my my bed, my throne. I can push Van Dijk and Salah prop with 3 Premier League titles. That's it.
So you're saying give the titles to the
Absolutely.
runners up?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I would agree.
you would agree with that.
United get 3 as well.
But you don't get that moment though.
You don't get that moment.
It's
You
like
don't,
a trophy.
you
It's like, oh,
But
did
on
you really win
Wikipedia-
it though?
On Wikipedia, it says Van Dijk 3 Premier League titles.
Okay, all right. So you guys want the trophies? I respect that.
I say.
Well, look. Before you answer, this would give you your first trophy as a fan. Carabao Cup.
There's one fucking
What do you-
meme.
what do you
There's
mean,
one
like-
meme. There's one meme I saw out there, and it was a Tottenham meme picture. I think it was of sun or something, and the caption was, "When you realize the one time you came in second was not when City won the league." So they still can't get it.
All the above. And my all-time favorite that wasn't on the list. Just fucking delete the club.
Delete the club.
Delete the club.
Administration.
Damn.
Like
Administration.
gone.
Wow.
Liquidation.
Like fucking Thanos snapped that shit.
Damn.
Gone. Ashes.
Blip.
But two. This is why I think of City.
That's
Just
fair.
take the
Wow.
City profile, Control
That's
A,
crazy.
delete. That's it.
What would you like, Eric?
I want to see replay the matches. I want to see classic. That 09 that Davis Man City throwback. I want to see those players
Yeah.
come back.
The Aguero rewind.
The
clip
Aguero
was-
rewind.
is
That
hilarious.
Aguero moment would be officially taken away from the history. Well, it won't be taken away from the history books, but it won't mean anything, I guess, anymore. Will it mean something? I don't know. You guys think it means anything anymore if they do get stripped? Are those moments gone?
Mm,
Or
I don't think they're
I don't-
gone.
I don't,
don't
think
think they're gone.
Yeah, those moments like that.
They just
definitely
add a
not
little
gone.
asterisk next to it.
Just take away I guess those photos and all that kind of stuff, like when lifting the title and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. But all right. Well, look, that was my opening question for you guys. What would you guys want to see on for Man City for cheating the way to a shitload of trophies. Oh, the one exception, Champions League, they won't get taken that away.
Oh, yeah.
I can't talk because
Demotion.
demotion, relegation.
Demotion, but not like one. Like throw them down to like
Well,
Sunday-
League 2.
Sunday
What
league
Wrexham is?
status.
Yeah, like with what's it called? Wrexham. Yeah,
Su-
with that.
Sunday
Like,
league
throw them all the way
status.
down to the National League.
Damn.
That's what they deserve.
And
Oh,
the
hashtag
National League
United.
promote Wrexham.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I just realized also?
What's up?
If Man City won that Champions League over Chelsea, that would have been stripped too. No?
Well, it's too early. It's too early.
It's too early to say. I guess, as they say in England, it's innocent until proven guilty.
And it's gonna take a while
It's gonna take
before
a
all
while.
that shit comes out.
But that's how long do you guys think it's gonna take? And one, do you think anything's really gonna come out of this? Because that's what a lot of people are concerned about. That this is just noise. It's just a big let's make a big remark, but nothing's gonna come out of it. Do you
I
think
don't-
that's
I
what's
don't-
gonna happen?
I don't think too much is gonna come out of it. I think if something does come out of it, it'll probably be similar to what happened to Juve. Just get points deduction.
Which isn't. I think it's a pretty big thing. But wait, Juve recently or Juve from back?
No,
when-
recently.
Okay, because back then they got relegated.
Yeah.
They got relegated because they were match fixing.
Correct.
Yeah,
Cheating.
but that's why I don't.
City are cheating.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but they weren't match fixing.
I mean, look, if there's
they-
there's a
if-
set of rules, and if you don't follow those rules, you're cheating.
That's true, but I don't think it'll go as far to relegate them.
Okay.
So,
So you think there's a point deduction,
uh
or no, or just fines?
both. I think it's gonna be both.
Yeah, fines. I think are going to have to be a part of the consequence.
I think it's gonna be both, and but if here's the thing: if they wait until the end of the season, they're gonna, and let's say they, take 15 points off, right? I mean, technically they could still qualify for Champions League if
They
the other teams don't do well.
I think they'd still be ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool,
Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right.
which is kind of crazy.
So
But-
it's like
so is it even
But it won't get resolved before
the season? No.
the season ends.
no, I think it's gonna happen after the season. So
I mean,
think,
this is a far larger case than what the Champions League had on City. Like this has been 4 years in the making from the
Yeah.
Premier League,
yeah,
and the Champions League. We all know it was just kind of like a half-ass try to case. This is like Premier League is gonna get some of the best lawyers in the world. So is Man City, and it's gonna go head to head. So probably maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
you think it's gonna 2 years really?
Yeah, I think it's.
I've seen a
yeah,
lot.
I'd say year,
I've seen a
maybe.
lot about it and saying that it's probably gonna be like a year before something
Yeah,
happens.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fairly large case.
Well, here's the thing: if it's gonna take 2 years, all those players that are on Man City are gonna be gone. Guarantee you.
You think? You think they're smelling the muddy waters and they're like, you know what? Let's get the fuck out of here before the ship really does go belly
Exactly.
up.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised like big teams like PSG, Madrid going after. I mean, PSG's already like rumored to go after Bernardo Silva.
Well, I thought he was going to Barcelona, but yeah, he's been rumored to leave like for the past 2 windows already.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised like big names on City wanting to leave because they want to avoid this kind of situation. Just like Pep Guardiola, he doesn't want to be part of this shit.
Is he gonna run? Is he gonna run away like he said he will?
I think he does.
I
I think he
does
will.
run.
I think he will go back to Barcelona if
So let me ask you this: if Man City, Diego did say City should get dissolved, all parties walk away happy. Anything less is a slap on the wrist. Diego, a fine is pretty much admitting that there's guilt here, right? You think that should be enough for Pep to walk away?
Well, I don't think Pep will wait until the final verdict.
mm-mm.
I think I'm pretty obviously he's an insider of the club, so he knows what's going to be going on. I assume so, because he is Pep Guardiola. So I assume he's getting news and information where maybe some city, I forget, Khaldun or whatever, who's leading it, saying, "All right, it's not looking good." So if Pep like, fuck that, I'm out of here. So I don't think.
I
he'll
guess
wait
it
until the
depends
final
on how
verdict.
much to his word he's gonna stay, because I mean, we all saw that tweet where if from the last time, if you lie to me, I'll be gone the next day. So if he sticks to that, then is any admission of guilt should be enough.
Capital Q makes a very valid point. Shout out to that hacker. Yes, shout out to that hacker for bringing light to the to
Shout
the
out,
issues at
shout
bay.
out, shout out
And
to
there's also
Arteta for doing the inside job.
Yeah.
There's also
Or-
no CAS appeal, which City got off on a technicality last time against the Champions League. So this is a far serious and far larger case than what we saw with Champions League. So
I'm excited to see this. But have you guys heard the Eddie and Kedia song? Your defense is in trouble.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Have you heard the new one?
no,
Your financials are in trouble when Arteta's in the room.
Arteta's the mole.
He's a mole, y'all. My manager.
Oh.
My fucking manager saving football with the way he plays and getting these fuckers out of the game as well.
I wonder if Cancelo has a chance.
Fuck,
or
Can-
something.
Yo,
Can-
don't be
listen.
speaking too soon, bro. They're gonna be knocking down Arteta's
Chill.
fucking door
What
in
do you mean?
London.
They're not gonna exist anymore. What do you mean? You're
Yeah.
gone.
They're gonna
Cancelo's
bring him
just
back,
another-
bro.
Cancelo's just another red flag with this damn City club. He's got another 2 assists, I think, yesterday. He's been popping off since he went to Bayern, and he couldn't get fucking 2 seconds in at City.
I mean, let's look at it though. Like, look at someone like so many of the shady sponsorships that City have had with like crypto and how they're like funneling money through that. Their commercial revenue is like second highest in the world. Like, even Jamie Carragher tweeted like the commercial revenue is higher than United's, Liverpool, Madrid's, etc. And they don't even have a quarter of the fan base that those clubs have. So it's already, the proof was in the pudding right there. Everyone was seeing it because after every year financial records come out and City are making the second highest commercial revenue in world football. And
Yeah,
no one batted an eye.
I've been seeing a lot of that. Like, oh, how does City have a higher revenue than these other clubs when they can't even sell out their own stadium?
But yeah, I mean, it was right there. Second commercial revenue against United, Liverpool, Madrid, etc. So
Yeah.
it was right there. It's right there.
And it was in front of us, and we didn't even want to look
Shady
at it. but
sponsorships.
And Ti Jude in the chat is also agreeing relegation and fines for
relegation and
City.
fine. But so is relegation even really like something like that bad for them? Because they'll just bounce right back up.
Yeah.
That's
They might bounce back, but I mean, they get relegated. Most of the players are leaving.
Are they though? They're still getting paid the wages. They get right back into the Premier League. All they gotta do is play another season of just no champion European football.
Yeah,
It's not really if anything, they get less games to play, easier games to play, and just get to prepare themselves for the hardship of what is the Premier League the following season. So I kind of agree with you, Marco. Shoot them all the way down to the floor.
You have to consider. If they do one, they drop one, right?
Yeah, they're just
It's gonna take them 2 years to get back onto the Premier League, and 2 technically to get back into Europe, Champions League, European competition, whatever. So that's not really a punishment, and it should be pretty simple. You saw Juve did it in 1 year. Like they relegated them,
and then they
the
dominated the
next
league for
year
how
they
many
were already
years?
back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a punishment, hit them where it hurts more the most. Send them down. And you know what? It's going to be fuel for everybody. United, what's the one thing that United always says? Well, at least we've never been relegated. Because Manchester City has, if I'm not mistaken.
They have.
And now it's like more fuel. Not only did you get relegated to the championship, right?
Yeah.
But no, you were
League One, League
relegated to
Two.
D1 or D2 or whatever. So, I mean,
They have been relegated by United.
Yeah, I think the only
Yeah.
team that hasn't been relegated is Arsenal. If I'm not mistaken.
Arsenal and Everton.
But one of them-
I remember.
the only teams that haven't
United.
relegated.
I always said that. I think Diego, you could correct me if you're wrong. If I'm wrong, I know you're watching. I think you've used that argument before.
He's telling you you're wrong.
Huh?
He's telling you you're
I
wrong.
mean, I've heard it from a United fan, so that's why I was like, I'm just repeating. But I'm guessing they don't know their own history.
Premier League era, they have not
Premier
been
League
in,
era,
which
yeah.
is what
Eric,
only-
you're wrong. Arsenal got relegated in 1912. It's like
1912.
all right. Well, wait. Jude says, "Give us Liverpool our titles back."
yeah,
I mean, would you really be happy with those titles?
absolutely.
Really? Celebrate those titles.
Yeah.
Shit, given their current
Absolutely.
form, he'll take whatever he can get right now.
Stevie G.
Yeah, first of all, Steven Gerrard,
Oh yeah, this
Title.
clip.
and then Brendan Rodgers, first of all, wins a Premier League title with a back four of Martin Skirtle, fucking Glenn Johnson, etc.
wasn't
Mignolet,
what's his fucking name? The Danish guy.
Ager. He
Aguero.
was decent. He was decent.
No, was he part of that team? I don't
I'm
remember.
not sure. I don't remember.
Luis Suarez.
Luis Suarez gets a Premier League title, and then Liverpool win 18-19, 21-22. That's all I need, bro.
Coutinho gets a Premier League title.
Yeah, bro, that's all I need. That's all I need. Ole gets his title for Diego.
Ollie, yeah, Ollie, y'all bring Ollie in. Ollie fucking in, bro.
Mourinho get the title.
Yeah,
Well, you know, get the title?
I saw
The
a meme
driving back to
with driving back to get my trophies.
Yo,
Pogba
the
gets
memes are great.
It won't
bro.
be 3 anymore. It'd be
Okay,
like,
all right.
it'd
Can we
be
make a
4 or
prediction though?
5.
What they'll be punished with?
I think point deduction. I think that's gonna happen. I think
That's-
that's what's gonna be the
The
depending
only,
how
yeah.
bad it is on how. I mean, dude, it's fucking 9 years, dude. Actually, I don't even know. if it's really that bad and this fucking whatever this lawyer guy is doesn't find some kind of
Lord
loophole,
Panic KC.
Khaldun.
if he hopefully he doesn't find any loophole, but if it's as bad as what we're expecting it to be, I would assume relegation. I don't think title strips. I can't really see
Yeah,
that.
that's in the fantasy world.
That's more like I think that's more for the fans than anything else. than
Yeah,
actual punishment for
probably.
the team.
Happen.
Because if you do that, then you gotta reallocate funds for money for wins and European competitions that weren't awarded. So I think it's a lot more involved there. So I would say if it goes the full extent that we're hoping it goes, relegation.
You think that'll happen?
If it's as
everything
bad
goes?
as we're expecting it to be, yeah, I would 100% think.
Well, that's what the guy
relegation is
tweeted. I don't know. I literally just saw on my timeline. He's like a Man City insider or whatever. He
Mhm.
said, from what I've seen, this is like looking horrendously terrible. But yeah, I think point deduction, obviously fines, they'll get fines.
Yeah.
And then probably relegation. But you guys, what do you think?
Yeah, probably
Same,
relegation. Yeah.
As much as I want them to be relegated, I don't think it will happen. I think it will be point deductions and stripped from their titles. However, no winners from that year.
How about another question just to add on to that? If it's point deductions, what's a reasonable point deduction for
Not 15.
100 breaches?
Dude, the thing is that it tracks back 9 years. You can't. It's like it's hard to confine it to one season. So I think I can't even put a point deduction number on there because it just doesn't make sense. Like how do you calculate 9 years worth of fraud for one season worth of points? It just doesn't really make sense. I don't know. I can't really see how point deduction would really affect them because they'll just again shoot right back up. Relegation, I think, is the only thing that's gonna hurt them financially. It's gonna hurt their fan base, which I don't
Which
think
the
I don't
very
think
little.
they're the ones that should be paying the consequence because it's not their fault that they got these owners. But it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the ownership 100%. They're gonna have to sell. I doubt they're. Maybe a punishment will be you guys can't be an ownership anymore.
Reputation as well.
Reputation's
Mhm.
gone. The sports washing is no longer effective as it once was. So it's I don't know, man. Depending on how much the Premier League actually have to back themselves here, relegation I think is definitely within reach. But if they find loopholes, then just point deduction. How many points? I can't really say.
What about selling the team?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They maybe get told like you guys can't own Manchester City anymore. Because there's literally they were going over the what could happen, and the last one was saying or whatever applies to best or whatever. Pretty much saying whatever you guys the board want to select. You guys can make up your own fucking punishment if you want.
How about relegation to the championship and add point deductions in the championship? Make it even
Yeah,
harder for them to come back up.
I can see that start from a negative. Start from
It's relegation.
in the
Start from
hole.
negative
Do
30.
relegations, and then when they come back, automatic 20 points.
Juice
We'll
is the
see.
same thing. Juice is the same thing. He's relegation and add points to deduction. Yeah.
We
So.
shall see. We don't know much of the
we
details.
wait.
Either way.
Ooh, sense is the same ownership group. I actually am all for this. NYCFC also gets stripped of the title.
Let's do it.
So
Doesn't-
look, now we know where the money laundering started from this fraud club over here in New York, all the way to Manchester. So Marco, you've been
That's why-
supporting these frauds the entire time.
That's why they can't. That's why they can't afford their own stadium because they're saving that money so that they can
Mhm.
launder it
Getting
elsewhere.
Stadium, baby.
So that you're saving money to launder it elsewhere. That's why.
In like 5 years.
It's because of all this money that they made because they won these champions, these trophies.
All right. Well, look, that's all we got for Man City right now. It's all rotten. Diego, that was a good one. I didn't even think about that. But yeah. Anything else on this Man City debacle? Anything else you want to touch on? I mean, it's so much to go dive into. What's up,
I'm just gonna say what you said. Change their name from Man Cheaty to what?
Man Cheaty?
There you
The
go.
cheaters.
Cheating.
So now I know we're gonna talk about it, maybe not soon, but a little later in the episode. But do you think what's going on with all of this debacle it's affecting the players, or you think the players are just focused on we just got to play the game?
No, I think it's
gotta
It's gonna affect them. I mean,
it's gonna affect Pep's mood 100%.
oh, 100, yeah.
And Pep, obviously, we know he's a very emotional person, so I'm sure that emotion is gonna pour out onto the training ground and into the pitch in the game. So
Yeah, not just to the players, to his staff,
Oh,
to
yeah.
everybody who's
Yeah.
part of part of Man City.
they're all probably like, "What's gonna happen to my job?"
Yeah. Are they gonna take money away from me?
They're definitely thinking about their future career moves. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, challenging for a title race.
Arteta knew, bro. Arteta knew he
Arteta
left.
knew.
Well, as soon as he left, he waited 3 years, give it some time. Fucking here's a USB.
Here's the USB drive.
He takes snaps. Ooh, I'm gonna use this for a rainy day. Oh man, but yes, thank you, Arteta, for doing this. All right, so let's move on from the Man Cheaties of the world, and let's get into some Prem recap from this past weekend. We'll do the points.
Yeah.
I guess at the end of this.
Yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
Premier League roundup. Yeah.
All right, so first game we have are Nico's Chelsea 0 versus Fulham 0.
My end zone.
I mean, I kind of want to start off
Should
by
we
giving
discuss-
Fulham
Oh,
their
my
credit.
bad. Yeah.
Just give Fulham their credit because they're
They were the better team.
continuing. They were the better.
They were the
team.
better
They were the
team
better team
by a
this
mile.
game, 100%. I want to shout out Paulinho because I think he's actually underrated. I think he was the best player on that pitch in general. But Fulham to continue this form into the second half of the season. If they win this weekend, they can go 6th place, assuming how the other results go. So
Mhm.
it's Fulham are not joking around. But your thoughts on the game, and then I have a few questions to kind of.
It was.
follow
I
up
mean,
with.
it was still a good game to watch, mainly because of how good Fulham was playing. But I even said it in the chat. Like at any point during this game, if there was a goal to be scored, it was gonna be Fulham. Like they just threw everything they had, and just Chelsea just didn't look like scoring.
It didn't.
They just didn't look like scoring. It was unfortunate that Fulham couldn't walk away with a win. It was much more devastating for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Seems like Mudryk, all that hype against a 37-year-old Milner.
Yeah, for real. Die down real quick. I'm gonna give him. I still think he's gonna be.
Yeah, nah, me too. Me too.
I still think. Yo, Kyle texted me as soon as the game was over. He's shit. I told you. I'm like, oh, dude. It's relaxed. I think he's gonna eventually become the player that we expect him to be. Maybe not at Chelsea.
You see
hopefully
how
not at
fast opinions change though?
So
like
fast.
that, bro. And it's
Chelsea.
painful.
The recency bias him is crazy.
Like one day Mudryk is getting all the praise against Liverpool. Next 2 weeks, everyone's shitting on him. That's how fast football changes. But yeah,
Jude has a question. Is Kante at Chelsea? Is he done now that Enzo is there?
Yes,
yeah.
Really?
yes,
I think his contract is up this summer.
I think
Pretty
so
sure.
too.
don't-
I mean,
don't
like
think
he's
they're
been.
Well, Enzo was probably their best player on the pitch.
But I wouldn't mind seeing Kante, Enzo, Mason Mounts, midfield.
Yeah, I mean he'll probably gonna run this especially Champions League run, but I don't think he'll stay long term. But either way though, his career has been fantastic. His obviously injuries,
Mhm.
latter part of his career has pretty much gone down the road. But yeah,
So you think his time is done at Chelsea?
I think so after the season.
yeah.
Not sure where he might go. Maybe PSG, back to France.
Yeah.
But I could also see him going to Italy, like maybe AC Milan or Juve.
Juve? No. I don't know about Juve. Juve are in a weird little situation right now. But my question though to you guys is about Chelsea right now and to anybody watching as well. How much time are we gonna give this Chelsea team? They spent a lot of money. Now, usually when you spend a lot of money, there's expectations that these players should come in, hit the ground running already. So how much time are you gonna give this Chelsea team until you start considering them just overpriced?
I probably would
Overrated
say
At this point in the season, just probably until the end of the season, I guess.
So they have to start getting results now. Like this game right here is already like obviously starting off on a bad foot, but it's the first game with all the new players really.
honestly, it's a whole new team, new coach, new owner, new players. I mean, I'm probably gonna start seeing results until next season.
Next season.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see them bounce back to try to get top 6. I think they're gonna finish out at solid top 6, and the only way I believe they'll try to get a connection is their time off from the season, and that's during break. So I think next season we'll see the Chelsea that we kind of expect to see maybe.
And what are you expecting to see?
For next year, with the players they got, that depth, I would say in Champions League spot. To win the league, I don't know.
No, I think
Yeah,
their
bro.
expectations should be to win the league next season.
Really?
I'm-
Yeah.
Well, their expectations is to win the league next season. My expectations
Okay.
is not that.
Okay.
I don't think they will make it.
You think realistically
Realistically,
Champions League is
reality, top 4.
Okay.
I think you can start calling shots of whether they flopped or not. Maybe probably like next November, December. Maybe what was that 3-4 months into next season, so you can really start seeing how players are getting embedded, how they're playing. how Potter's rotating, how Potter's doing himself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at least for me though, if I'm a if I'm a Chelsea fan, but I mean you'd expect
a backup Chelsea fan.
Undercover.
I would expect them to win the league. Like with a team like that, you have to like challenge for the league title. I'm not saying you win it, but you have to challenge for it.
Okay,
Like there's no excuse.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if Arsenal are challenging for a league title, I don't
Mhm.
see why Chelsea couldn't challenge for a league title next season as well. Like
But my counter to that is we weren't expected to. Nobody, no other fans, neither us fans expected to be
Agree.
in this position.
Agree.
I think realistically, all of us were saying top 4 challenge. I was more saying top 4 like guaranteed, but top 4 challenge I think was our expectation. So I feel kind of I don't think challenging for the title next season is
for Chelsea,
for Chelsea next year.
I
Challenging for the
disagree.
title already. I think because when you have teams like Man Cheaty, you have teams like United now who have found really good form, have had some time together to develop their style of play. Arsenal have developed their style of play. Then you have Chelsea, who, like you just said, they're kind of just it's a lot of shit just happened, and they're still getting put together.
Mm-hmm.
I think for them to go on the challenge next year for the title I think it'd be kind of a miracle, honestly,
For them to win it,
to win it. Yeah, I think
don't think so.
with the amount of youth and inexperience they have in that team. Not saying that inexperience is a bad thing, but losing Jorginho, we're gonna see what they're gonna lose in the summer. Again, all the shit we just said happened behind the scenes. They still gotta catch up to where the Man Cheaties, the Arsenals, the Uniteds are right now, which is years of playing together. That's developed in just a short time frame.
Yeah, I think I agree too that it'll be a miracle if they win, because you got to think back when Leicester won the title, considering where they are now, that was obviously a one-off. The way this top 4, top 6 is shaping up now, like these teams, it'll be very surprising to see them fall off to the point where Chelsea can actually take over all of them
Yeah.
to win it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way the Arsenals are going to fall off. There's no way Newcastle's going to fall off. Hopefully,
Forgot about
United
Newcastle.
doesn't fall off. So it's going to be very difficult for Chelsea to just all of a sudden win the title when all of these teams have had time. Granted, United are still building that, and Newcastle, but there's no way that these teams are going to fall
so
off for Chelsea
you
to
don't
win
think
it.
with 500 million pounds spent, you don't think Chelsea should be aiming for the
The
title?
the problem is
I was gonna say something.
Potter's still trying to figure shit out, and Diego has mentioned it before. Potter going there is managerial suicide, so he needs the results now. If their season doesn't turn around drastically, who knows if he's even going to be there next season? And if, again, hypothetical, but if that is the case and they end up turning over, and now they have somebody new, then it's going to be even longer. If Potter can turn things around and salvage the season now, it'll at least make their expectations a little better next season.
I
But
was
there's no way they
expecting-
win it.
I was expecting from rivals to say Chelsea should win the title next season.
No, I mean
No
I see
way.
what you're saying because they spend so much money. The expectation is, they gotta fucking win trophies now. I get.
I'm
and
not saying
that
they
makes
have.
sense.
I'm just saying
No,
they
no.
just have to.
But you
challenge
can't
But
that
that's the
shit.
but that's.
But you
that's the
can't
idea
just
behind
throw
it.
money at the problem and expect it to be fixed.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can.
I mean, you can.
You-
That's what Chelsea have done notoriously for the past God knows how long,
I-
and they've won Champions Leagues after Champions Leagues because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the reason why they spend so much now and why the number is so big is a consequence of what Man Cheaty has done year after year after year. And Enzo Fernandez to me isn't 100 whatever he went for $1 million player. Mudryk isn't $100 million player. These are just players who are overinflated because of the expectations that we're expecting from them. So they're not the final product yet. They're nowhere near the final product yet. Enzo still has levels to go to get to. So there's Mudryk. So there's the other players you're saying. I can't name half of them because there's so many of them. But I think it's too much to expect for these players just to go in next season and win the league or challenge for the league. That's obviously their expectation. But I think it'd be that number that's that number that they spent. I think is just an exact. It doesn't represent what should be expected of them. That's just an overinflation of what the market is today.
I'll tell you this: Chelsea has a higher chance of getting caught for financial play than winning a title next season.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Clip that. That's a good soundbite. Yeah, man, for sure. Anything else on this Chelsea Fulham game? No. All right.
Chelsea shit.
Chelsea shit. Yes. Chelsea shit. Okay, and who did they play? Chelsea play this weekend. Actually, I'm kind of curious.
West Ham.
Oh yeah, that's our game of predict. Oh no, it's not. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, we'll get into
Mhm.
that game later. Sorry. Damn. Morning kickoff. We haven't had one of these in a. I feels like I haven't had one of these in a while, Marco. But damn, I thought just fucking you heard that shit. You just keep it on the chat for me if you don't mind. But early morning kickoff. Arsenal lose 1-0 to Everton. I was
Burnley ball is back.
Burnley.
Burnley ball is back.
But yo, man, I have to say, man, this new manager bounce thing is 100% real.
Watch T4 gonna make a video on it in a couple weeks.
Yeah, in fact,
Watch.
yo, it's a real thing, bro.
It is a real thing, but now with Potter, because as soon as you got to Chelsea, I mean, I didn't see any difference.
Yeah, I think they like drew the first game, right, or something.
But man, I was definitely gutted with this game. Sean Dyche definitely, I hate him, and I'm so mad that he got the 3 points over us. He's making Everton look like the team they should be. Onana, I think, was arguably one of the best players on the
He was
pitch that
remarkable
day.
on the
He
field.
was great, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. I kind of want to touch on Everton first. They're, I think, 1 point out of relegation.
No, they're still in relegation.
They went.
I'm
They,
sorry,
they got when they won. They got out of it, but all the other results brought them back down.
Yeah, they're currently 1 point behind West Ham.
And West Ham out of relegation.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So I think relegation is probably not in the future for them anymore. Would you guys agree with that?
It's still tough
No,
to
I think
say.
I think it's still.
You think
it's
right now
tough.
it's Bournemouth and Southampton under, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bournemouth are a guarantee.
I think
Southampton.
Southampton.
Who else? Who
probably.
else is flirting with the relegation right now?
A
Wolves.
lot of
Ham.
people within points.
Wolves, West Ham,
Leeds are still down there.
Leeds, Nottingham Forest. They're doing really good. They got
They're
out
almost
of there.
out of. Yeah, they're almost
out of there.
reach.
They have the best record in the new year so far. Top of the league if the season were to start from January 1st.
Yeah, but with Sean Dyche, I think he's obviously massively improved their chances of not getting relegated. So
It does.
massively. I mean, he was probably the best manager appointment they could probably appoint at the time with Frank Lampard leaving.
Yeah, I mean, and especially I know we spoke about it before the pod, but I mean, just Burnley's track record of just Burnleying it, and they just never go down. And now he has a much better quality squad than he did at Burnley. Granted, the two Burnley boys are the ones that linked up for the goal, but
Well,
he does have a better shot at keeping them up. I'm still hoping.
Yeah, and if Sean Dyche, does well with Everton next season, I just remember that he was able to bring Burnley up into the top 7, I believe,
Europa
one
League.
season, Europa League. So
What can you do with Everton?
exactly. Now my question is, if Sean Dyche was able to manage like one of the top 6 teams or a top team in the Premier League, do you think he could do well?
Do you want him as first?
I wouldn't mind, maybe.
Jesus.
Really?
I mean, he's a tough asshole, bro. Like I like tough coaches,
You
man.
like tough assholes?
Oh God. Don't clip that.
You set me up with that one, bro.
Yeah.
You opened it and then
No,
you walk in.
I swear.
That is a tremendously
swear
hot
you-
take.
Tough asshole.
He expanded it and let you.
So you would take Sean Dyche at Tottenham Hotspurs?
If Spurs were like in shambles, maybe
Were?
We're for real.
we're in shambles. Yes, we're still up there in
If
top
you-
5.
If
Okay.
Spurs are still in shambles, you mean?
Listen, you were shambolic for a couple seasons. Okay, you
For a couple, listen, we get an A for a reason because we're not shambolic.
You didn't. You
like we
gave
were.
yourself an A. What the fuck?
I was gonna say that
You
later, but he beat me to it.
Biased as nah.
But yeah, look, Everton bounced back great this game. They have a big matchup coming up this weekend, which we'll dive into a little bit later. But just real quick on Arsenal. Not at the races, man. Not at the races. Nobody really looked like. I think our best player was Gabriel. I think arguably he is probably one of our best players this season in general. Gabriel Magalhaes, that is, not Martinelli. But Saliba and Gabriel, I think, were the standout players of our team at least, and that kind of shows what we're lacking as far as. I don't think we were lacking anything. We just weren't. I feel like Everton had different mentality. I feel like they were just more hungry.
Everton. I'll say this. Everton looked like
A relegation team trying to get out of relegation with a brand new manager bounce.
Pretty much.
mhm.
Simplest way to
like
put
how
it.
it was. Like how it was when Frank Lampard first was appointed. Just
So
trying to
now,
get out of there.
what are your thoughts on the goal? Because yeah, it was the typical Burnley goal, but it ended up being a huge mismatch with Tarkowski, and then Odegaard was the one that ended up trying to.
That's zonal.
Just okay?
That's zonal defending, and I know Fernando said he doesn't understand why teams do that. I can sort of see it because if you do man for man, it's a lot easier to lose your man for man. It's so easy to do that. You can set a pick for somebody, quick juke, you're free. Zonal, it's I think a lot easier to defend that way, but you get these situations where there's a mixed match. So I mean, yeah, Odegaard got manned up. It is what it is. We got scored on. We should have responded back. We had our chances, but we just were not at the races. The subs I feel like came a little bit too late. But I've been seeing a lot of stick out there, and I'm sort of upset with it. I don't know if it's from Arsenal fans or from other fans, but I feel like Jorginho's being scapegoated right now.
Yeah, I didn't catch the game. How was he though?
I think he was okay, but you can't expect him to come on and flip the game on a dime when if Odegaard was having a bad game and everybody else was looking good, he was the only missing one connecting the passes, and then Jorginho came in and made it worse. Okay, I'd be like, yeah, he didn't help us out. He made it worse if anything. But the fact that Odegaard was off, Martinelli was off, Saka was off, Eddie was off, Shaka was off, everybody was off. I'm not gonna expect Jorginho to come in and just fucking ping balls over the top and
Yeah,
then
he's never been a player like that.
so I'm that to me scapegoating him I think was wrong. I'm still obviously skeptical on the signing, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I don't think he should have been scapegoated. I think our players just weren't there for the game.
So you're saying that Arteta wasn't making the right decisions when it came to substitutions?
I think he did it too late. I think he waited too late.
Do you think he was trying to help out his old team, Everton?
No. I'm sure. If anything, I think he loves Arsenal the most out of all of his clubs. But yeah, I did want to ask you guys real quick on the not Jorginho specifically, but on what he brings to the team. I'm putting this in quotations because I'm not obviously asking the question. How much do you guys rate players with experience and that winning mentality? Do you think that's enough to carry a team into the latter stages of a title challenge, into a Champions League final? Would you rather have that or a player that has so much promising talent? Some days he's on, some days he's off.
I think if you're in Arsenal's position right now,
I'm sorry, I forgot. Caicedo or Jorginho? Caicedo is bringing that inexperience, but that raw talent. Jorginho's bringing that winning mentality, that experience. So what do you think is like a better choice?
yeah, Moises Caicedo 10 times out of 10 times, definitely. But I think you can for example, for Jorginho, like obviously like his hypes ever since he won UEFA Player of the Year hasn't been whatever the same since he won the Champions League or whatnot. But I guess you could look at it as an experienced player and in Arsenal's position since they weren't able to land Moises Caicedo. And obviously Jorginho isn't the same player as Moises, but he does bring experience. Mentality, obviously I'm not a
You're not a, obviously you're not a
Number two.
but
Undercover.
he doesn't strike me as like a leader kind of player. I know he's captain for Italy, but to answer your question in terms of young, sharp, experienced player, I think if in Arsenal's case, for example, like Trossard, he's experienced, right? But I obviously Mudryk is a much talented player than Trossard, but I assume you'd rather take Mudryk, not because he's better, but because he's like
potential.
he did the rawness, the potential, just the pure sharpness. I'm sure you would have rather have him. Like obviously you would rather have him, but what I'm trying to say is that I think you would rather have the player who has just that rawness, that uncapped potential, who you don't know what can bring. Like you know what you're gonna get from Trossard. So I guess that's my final like answer to what you were trying.
Yeah,
to...
I think I'll agree with that. I think it also depends on everyone else that's on the team, like what else is going on around you, because you can't just have a team full of that raw potential players. Like you still need those couple players sprinkled in that do have the experience. So I think you're always going to want that raw talent that has all that potential, but you also gotta balance it out as best as you can with the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Diego also shout out in the chat also agrees. Caicedo 100%. What about you there?
No, I agree with you guys, but I feel like with every team, you need to try to find that player that has both, a little bit of both. Like for example, Casemiro, he has the raw talent as a central defensive midfielder, box to box player, and he also has the experience of being winning trophies, being competitive at big games and all that kind of stuff. So it's tough to find players like that, of course. But to go with your question, I will go with like Caicedo, like
The
the
younger,
younger raw talent. Because Jorginho, I never found him talented, even when he was at Napoli. I didn't think so.
I always hated him, but I'm his biggest fan now. So
Oh, he's from what coaches have said, I'm sure Arteta, but he's extremely intelligent. Like
That-
I mean,
yeah.
same thing with Busquets. You might not think he's talented, but like the guy is a step ahead of his opponent.
IQ.
hmm
Yeah, so
yeah, footballing
I
IQ.
mean, Pep really wanted him at City.
And
When
then,
Jorginho was at Napoli.
real quick, some a thought for you and Marco, Eric. Jude saying Saka will definitely end up at Liverpool. Will replace Salah. Sorry, Eric, he says.
I don't even know what to say to that. Like, Jude's a Liverpool fan, right?
Yes.
Jude. Let me pull up the table real quick.
Shit.
Let me scroll down. Okay, I found you guys. I think 10th place.
By
Right?
the way, he's not even on.
That's my only comment for Liverpool fans right now because I have at the moment. But stop! Don't even say that. Don't even. Nah, that's just blasphemy.
He also says Wolves, aka Portugal 2.0, is going down. Going back to the Everton question.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
think so.
No, we'll talk about them very shortly. But look, that you gave me a great segue into the next game. With Tomas Casimita, what he brings to United, and I think we saw what United were missing.
That hitman mentality.
The hitman mentality. United at the weekend played Crystal Palace, won that game 2-1, but Casimita tried choke slamming somebody. He was in the WWE and got sent off with the red card. Manchester United then play today against Leeds and draw 2-2. Gat, you said there was an agenda against United some earlier this week or something like that. Do you still believe that?
Against what do you
said-
with the Fred thing?
Yeah, there's an agenda against United. So I wanna
There's
dig a little bit more into
there's-
this.
There's a picture out there that Fred was also about to get choke slammed, and everybody glossed over that.
I feel like
Let me ask you, who cares?
I care. Fuck out of here.
How does that
Fuck outta
change
here.
anything?
The thing was with fans nowadays, like
Justice
top,
for Fred.
like top 6 fans, everyone thinks there's an agenda against them.
Yes.
like
Justice for Fred.
like I'm sure Liverpool fans, like bro, it's like
There's an agenda against Arsenal though. But look, Rashford continues his hot form, scoring in both goals. Again, I got to meet the red card already showing how much it affected United today, but also that Eriksen injury. Missing that creativeness, making Erik Ten Hag resort to the youth in the team. Garnacho, Palestri,
Pechistri.
whatever his name is, and Sancho, who got to go today. So
Didn't
Guess who's back?
didn't their new buy-in Sabitzer
Sabitzer had I think,
started
a decent
today?
game.
Did he
Yeah,
start
I mean
today?
the especially the Palace game after Casemiro came off. I mean, it was at that point it was just about survival, and we just needed to get through the game. So even though he did play well, another hashtag agenda against United. There was the one clip that you can probably find easily when he wins the ball back cleanly and puts Rashford into space, and Rashford was gone. Somehow that gets called a foul when there's no way in hell that was ever a foul.
I know how you feel. We got a goal straight from you guys.
So that's just another hashtag agenda against United. But
Oh
so
my
in that game specifically, he didn't play bad. He played well for just coming on just to pretty much survive. And today he did pretty well today as well. I mean, we can see already that he's gonna take a shot. He had he had some good long shots in there. I mean, they were off target, but
One was on target.
he's
pushes
taking
it.
them. He's taking them. So
A+ performance.
for the comeback today,
Of course, ignore the first half.
For
and
the
then
comeback
beginning of the
today?
second half.
for the comeback today.
So everything after going down 2-0 is an A+, and that's all we're gonna base it off of, right?
Listen, there's an A in there. That's fine.
There you go. That's the only thing, man. But look, man, you talking about agenda against United. All I saw today was Lisandro Martinez, bro.
Nah, clean.
My man
Clean.
fucking
Clean.
karate kicked some guy on the floor in the face.
Really?
His leg just
vampire.
landed
I
there.
didn't get to see the
His
game.
leg just
and then
landed
on top
there.
of that, he fouls Summerfield. who's
Somerville?
running. Summerfield. Almost Summerfield. Somerville. When he's running into the box
Nah,
and nothing gets called.
clean tackle. Clean tackle.
And the fact that you say that just
the
just-
Bamford
the
one,
fact that you say that
The-
just clearly makes it
but
that
the
you guys
Bamford
are biased
one,
and there's no agenda. You guys are making
No,
up an agenda.
the Bamford one, he was fouled first, so that was already called. But then as he was falling, if it's the one I'm thinking about that you're talking about, his leg just happens to just land there after he got
did
fouled.
not land. Yo, yeah. The fact is, okay, I can't. I'm not
Pull
gonna
the
get
clip up.
triggered. I'm not getting triggered because he's trying to bait me into
Facts
it.
check.
He's trying to bait me in because he's laughing about it. He's baiting me
Because
into
I'm
it.
looking at your face and I
No,
just can't help.
Okay. I do have a question though. I know this is what I think this is one of the reasons why you hate VAR. But I
He's
think
just trying
the
to
foul
turn
on
out of it.
Somerville, because it was outside the box, they couldn't call it because they can't technically use VAR at that point.
I think what I think happened that moment, the ref was like, "Oh, I don't know if it was in the box. It was a foul, but I don't know if it was in the box, so I'm not gonna call it." And because of that, there's no foul and there's no penalty.
I
There's
know.
there's no
Was it a
consequence.
foul? 100%.
It was 100% a
Yeah,
foul. He was the
100%
last
a
man
foul.
going into the
Yeah,
it could've-
exactly.
I'm not gonna say it's a red card, but like that could have been a goal scoring opportunity. But
they couldn't
because
go
he wasn't
back,
sure,
yeah.
I let it go to VAR, but VAR's not gonna call a foul. They only call penalties. It's then
Yep.
you lose twice. So that's, and I can't wait until
And again, where's the agenda at then?
What agenda? What agenda? And I'm excited to see this whole new NFL style refereeing coming out soon, where they're gonna start announcing whatever the fuck is going on behind the scenes.
Imagine running to the
Oh no, they're trialing it already. They're already doing it.
Foul, 30-yard line
They're doing it.
on Van Dyke.
What competition right now? I think it's the Club World Cup that they're doing it right
FIFA
now.
Club World Cup.
I think so. They're trialing it out already.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trialing it out already, dude. So I look, man, I called it years ago. Once you bring VAR in, you're gonna start seeing NFL. You get there you
The
go,
blue
there's a
flag.
I'm gonna give it 5 more years until we get commercial breaks.
So, do you think the referees are gonna turn into that white and black pinstripe?
I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised. They're gonna, dude. I'm already. Don't get me triggered on the VAR situation again. I think everybody's starting to see the downside of VAR, slowly but surely. But yeah, man. So you guys draw today. You have Leeds again at the weekend,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Casimita's not for that game as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
three
he'll
three
be-
game suspension.
He should be back for the final against Newcastle.
I mean, honestly, that was an assault charge you should have caught in that game.
And I mean, it's unfortunate too because Ten Hag already came out and said that they're probably not going to appeal it. I know Diego and I and a lot of other fans on Twitter were hoping that they would at least appeal it because there is the end of that clip where him and Hughes do end up hugging it out and like there's no bad feelings. So I mean,
okay, if I punch you in the face right now and then go hug you afterwards, does that mean I didn't punch you in the face? Yeah, what the fuck kind of bullshit excuse is that?
It's not an excuse. Like that was the
Joked
clip
me,
that
but we
was
hugged
going
it out,
around.
so nothing happened. No, fuck y'all.
Just to show I don't know, something sportsmanship, like I guess I don't
You
know,
wanna
but,
play
There's
cards?
but they're not gonna appeal it, so he's definitely out for the next couple games.
Because
He'll be
Ten
back.
Hag knew what the fuck he did. He just
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
assaulted the
It's
guy.
not worth it. But he'll be back for the final. He'll be back for the final. Hopefully by then. I mean, Sabitzer's still new. I mean, he's just got to get integrated into the team a little bit better. I mean, technically, when you look at the Sabitzer buy, yes, it was a panic buy, but it was a necessary one because of what happened with Eriksson.
Yeah.
But Sabitzer, in many ways, I mean, he's very similar to Eriksson, slightly better in certain areas. So once he has the time to get integrated into the team, it hopefully should be good to go.
Okay. All right. Well, look, United.
It was a great game today.
It
I
was
don't know.
it was fun
Did you
to
guys watch the
I
game?
watched
Did you?
it.
This game was this game. I mean, there was. I was telling Diego too after the game ended. I said this game deserved a winner on either side.
Yeah, that's fair.
It definitely deserved a winner. I don't think it should have ended up as a draw. I mean, full credit to Leeds.
Yeah.
New manager bounces is definitely real. They definitely came out the gate swinging. Their second goal was a little unfortunate because Varane was just trying to stick his leg out just to try to clear it. You know, I mean, unlucky bounce. You know, it is what it is. Their first goal was great.
Within a
It
minute.
was nice. Within a minute. It was 45, 50 seconds. It
Something
was
about
great.
goalkeepers on this season in near post. They keep getting beat. It's crazy.
Yeah, he was caught, and De Gea it was too far out. He thought it was going to go the other way by the time he tried to readjust. But I mean, it was a great game. It was a great comeback. Glad to see Sancho's back in and on the score sheet. I mean, there was
how long?
points in this first half that we United should have been up 3-4-1. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, and I definitely want to give credit to Leeds and the American boys, the American trio. First time since I think it was Clint Dempsey, Friedel. No,
Bradford was not
no, it was
on.
Clint Dempsey and two other Americans that were on Fulham one year. I forget their names though. It was a Brett something. But whatever. Point is that there's three Americans playing on Leeds right now. They made it. They were actually really good. I think Tyler
And-
Adams and McKennie held that midfield down.
Aronson almost had that beauty of a goal. The wall didn't work the way it was supposed to. It just rang off the post for that free kick.
Yeah. So keep an eye on that game for the weekend. It's gonna be a nice little rematch, a little throwback rivalry between these two clubs.
They're at Leeds this time.
And they're at Ellen Road. So definitely keep your eye on
Yes,
that.
the Roses derby is still alive. Shout out to Eric Ten Hag for recognizing it as a derby too at his post-match interview.
There you go.
So he knows just how much this
It means.
match means. So
Yeah. So good on Eric Ten Hag, good on Leeds, and good on United for that comeback. But let's move on to a team who has yet to find any will to come back. Liverpool FC. 3-0 at the weekend against Wolves. The 7th-year curse is true and alive. Klopp isn't smiling anymore. Gakpo 007 coming soon.
Yeah, his next game.
Next game. Darwin getting called a flop already. But you know who's escaping criticism? Mohamed Salah. And I wanna
he's escaping criticism, and Nunez is still putting up the XGs.
so
He's just not finishing them. But
and I wanted to ask Nick about that. Your
What?
overall thoughts on Gakpo getting so much heat, Darwin getting so much heat, but Salah, given the new contract, the highest paid player at the club, hasn't really done anything that deserves of what he was given this previous season.
No, for sure. He, at least for his standards, he's been pretty poor this season compared to his other seasons. I mean, maybe you can argue he has credit in the bank, so or whatnot against the other two in Gakpo and Darwin, but yeah, no, he has been pretty poor this season. Pretty poor since the probably since the World Cup break or whatever. Before the World Cup, he was actually playing pretty decently, but yeah, no, he just not much impact apart from just really not much impact. He's not getting the ball much. He's not getting his foot on the ball much. Not really impacting the game in terms of creating or playmaking for his teammates. Not getting enough goal scoring chances. So I mean, you definitely couldn't make an argument that he isn't getting enough criticism like the other two are getting. But yeah, no. The thing is with him is that everyone is terrible on the team right now. So I think it's difficult to single out someone or one person. But
I saw Trent only have 1 assist this season, right?
yeah,
That's kind of crazy because we know him for being the assist king when it comes to defenders. And I think I forget who I saw matched him in assists so far this season. I think it was someone in United who was unexpected to be
probably
there.
some goalkeeper or some shit. But yeah, no, everyone is underperforming. So it's hard to single out a single player because everyone's been so shit. So yeah.
I think I'm gonna just beat this. Sound like a broken record when I ask, how do you fix this? Is it obviously the players? Is it Klopp? Where are you right now mentally as a fan?
Go on.
no, it's fine.
Mentally, I mean, I'm fine. I was sharper than ever.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're supporting Chelsea now, so
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
But like, from a
Chelsea fan.
Liverpool like point of view, like obviously with the I said like the question mark over the ownership, what's going on, it's a very high chance that Liverpool could get left behind in the near future. So if you look at it terms long term, yeah, it could be pretty dark and gloomy. But
are you more worried now seeing that Qatar is about to take over United now?
yeah, obviously. So I mean, it just adds one more team that Liverpool have to be
Outsmart.
concerned about long term financially and how they can compete with them. So it just adds to it. It'll just leave Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal with the same, I guess, kind of owners.
Approach.
Yeah, like kind of
Ouch.
statistic. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
trying to
ouch.
say. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
City, Newcastle, and
S-
United compared
splashing the
to.
money.
But yeah, no, at least from viewpoint Liverpool, yeah, no, it could look pretty dark and gloomy in the near future with the ownership, especially if they don't get their ownership correct. Obviously, managers, players, recruitment, everyone has left from the data research to the medical department, from the analytics team, from Liverpool sporting director and Julian Ward leaving. So everyone it's like pretty much free fall right now. But yeah, with Klopp though, it's interesting because I think if Liverpool do get new owners, well, let's say like some oil money, a Dubai Qatar consortium buys Liverpool, I think he deserves a chance to try to rebuild his team or whatnot. But the thing is, at least in my opinion, I don't think he is. I think he's peaked in my opinion.
Who's this?
Klopp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be successfully be able to rebuild this team. But the thing is, I think he deserves a chance to do it. So I guess that's my prediction. I don't think he'll be successfully be able to rebuild this team. I just think he's peaked tactically, mentally. He just looks zoned out, and obviously he would be Liverpool at 10th place right now. But He just doesn't look like in it or whatever. He looks very like phased out, and I think he's just football goes in cycles, and every cycle moves on.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you were to tell me today, like if I woke up tomorrow morning, clock walks, like I wouldn't be like shocked. I wouldn't be like heartbroken, quote unquote. I'd just be like, okay, that's the end of the cycle. Move on to the next cycle because I truly I can probably make an argument that um, if Klopp were to get sacked, it's probably for the best of the club, or if he were to walk or whatnot. But yeah,
Well, Jude, thank you for the follow. And he says Salah is overrated as fuck. The only good thing for us right now is the growth of Harvey Elliott.
no.
No?
First of all, Salah overrated how? Like, are you comparing him to Messi or like overrated? The guy has scored like 25 plus goals every season, including assists. I'm not sure how you can be overrated. Harvey Elliott, I don't really rate him much either way. But.
You have this other young kid, and I've been seeing kind of making some appearances.
Oh, it's Stevan Basic?
Yes.
Yeah, he's good. I actually like him. But he passes my test of youngsters. If you're able to make an impact in your first couple of games, then that means you should be good long term. And he did make the impact. He looks good, but the fact that Liverpool are having to rely on an 18-year-old, think about it, right? So Barca, they look at Pedri and Gavi, right? The thing is with and in Dortmund, they look at Jude and City with Foden. The thing is with them is they don't have that much pressure because they're attackers. So they can have Dembele, Rafinha, De Bruyne, Haaland at Dortmund, et cetera, et cetera. The thing is with Basic, the guy's a defensive midfielder, so you're putting this expectation and pressure on him to protect a back four. It's not like Pedri is like having to worry about protecting Araujo and Kunde at the back. The guy's having to worry about trying to get into the final third and make lead runs into the box. So this kid, the fact that Liverpool have to put all their pressure on this kid for 18 years old, like if there's never been an 18-year-old, at least that I know of in history, that can like fully take on a team at the defensive midfielder position. So I mean, he's looked sharp, but the fact that Liverpool have to rely on him and kind of just come on, kid, like bring us up, bring up this 31-year-olds around the team like to a different level or whatever. It's just it's a joke. But I mean, as him as a player, he looks pretty decent.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. I can't think of a young center defensive mid player who's actually had a
it's
successful.
tough. I mean, if you look at Romeo Lavia at Southampton, he's performing pretty well, but I mean, he isn't playing at a top 6 club, so he doesn't have that pressure to come in and be the next world beater DM. Like there's not many DMs in the world right now throughout history who have been superb world class until they hit like 25, 26. It's just extremely rare. Just like a DM along with goalkeeper, those two positions, a lot of the times you're just solely isolated.
Late bloomers.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right, well, look, Liverpool are in a rough spot right now, but Wolves got a crucial 3 points, 3 goals. I actually was watching the United game at this time because I was expecting more from that game than this game. Kind of regret it now, but can you guys walk me through the Wolves' performance that game?
I didn't get to see it.
it was pretty.
Their second, I think their second or third goal was really nice to watch. That's about
The
it.
Ruben Neves one?
Yeah, the Ruben Neves one.
Yeah.
Isn't this his signature celebration?
Apparently it's Rashford's. Apparently he's the one that started it. I don't know when and where, but that's what every United fan thinks.
Rashford has taken Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves did start it, but
No,
you make
it's
an
Rashford's.
argument. It's not whoever starts it, it's whoever popularizes it. So, but yeah, no, at least for Wolves, I mean, it's pretty much every performance against Liverpool nowadays. Pretty much carve them open, play out of the press pretty easily. So, yeah, I mean, any game against Liverpool is pretty much a free right now.
Damn, that's crazy.
Klopp's running out of excuses. Last week it was a 4.5 hour ride is too long, so they couldn't show up
could've
for
cared less
Chelsea.
Well,
about
Pep said that
Now,
I'm
now
not
it
gonna back him or defend him.
now just going to Wolves is only 2 hours. So I mean, he's running out of excuses.
I need the crap producer to do to get Nick's early season, vibes of Liverpool to like right now where he's at right now.
I predicted them to win the title. I mean, obviously, I'd be like down in the dumps because they're in 10th place.
No, yeah, but it's because I would want to see how we all started the season and where we are now. It's kind of interesting.
I know I predicted them winning the title.
I mean, life moves pretty fast.
I mean, considering how they ended last
Yeah,
season,
when we gave the early season, I want to
considering where Liverpool ended last season, how good they were last season. I mean, we're having fun watching the
Look,
downfall.
I'll repeat it again. I remember getting laughed at every time I brought up Arsenal. So and
That was
not
that was,
laughing anymore, are we?
That was disturbing. As soon as you
That
would open
shit
your
was
mouth about
hilarious.
Arsenal, he would just
no,
turn around
because
and just laugh.
at the time you were saying, "Can Arsenal win the league title?" And I started laughing.
Yeah, immediately.
And Arsenal win the league title.
Now they
Instinctually.
can. I am still laughing.
But let's laugh at Pep Guardiola for overthinking it once again at fucking Tottenham Hotspur. Oh my god, yo, that's why he's gone bald, because he overthinks everything and falls victim to Spurs 1-0. Harry Kane setting the goal scoring record for your team, Dyer.
Mhm.
You guys being the Achilles heel of this team, how does that make you feel that at least that's something you guys can hold on to? Maybe not a trophy, but that is something.
I mean, you didn't have to add that part, but okay. Fucking dick. First of all, when you were trying to figure out the 3 Americans that were in Fulham, Bocanegra, McBride,
Bocanegra?
and Dempsey and Casey Keller were all on the squad for 1 season.
I didn't know Bocanegra was there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
07, 08. Anyways, fantastic game for Spurs. I enjoyed every bit of it. It's because this is the first time I've seen them play from the first whistle until the last whistle, nonstop, controlling the game as best as they could.
They controlled it.
Emerson Royale was phenomenal, and I gave him so much shit throughout the entire season and last season.
When Emerson is your man of the match, it just shows
Look,
you how off at City were.
Look, he invested $1 million into his development. It finally fucking paid off.
Yeah, and also he realized the competition that he was going to get, Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
So
Was that the fire that lit him?
I think so.
No,
You don't think so?
City were just off.
Or just a one-off game.
No, it was a one-off.
I mean, one off. We'll see. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see, because I know because the competition just got a little bit better for
Of
him.
course.
But I was just happy to see that Spurs were playing well from the very get-go to the very last whistle, and Kane breaking the record. It was it wasn't the perfect connection for the goal, but still, goal's a goal. Way to put that pressure against Man City, forcing a bad pass by Rodri, and then Højbjerg just getting the ball away. I think he was about to shoot, realizing that he lost the balance. He just toe poked it to Kane, and that's how we got the goal. And they were just adding pressure, and there were times where I got scared because Man City were coming. But in the end, we got the result and keep Man City scoreless for the 5th time
That's crazy.
at the new stadium. So I wish we could be I wish we could be
Totally.
fuck. Why is this here? Anyways, I wish we could be the Achilles heel for every team, but it's bittersweet to be the Achilles heel for one of the teams that I dislike the most.
Bittersweet because you actually helped us out.
I know. I know that's why you had a Tottenham jersey underneath your Arsenal jersey
Bro,
that
I
day.
feel-
So
as the game
funny.
was
I was
over-
watching it, and even the commentators were like one of like the rare times that Arsenal fans are also cheering
Oh,
on that goal.
dude,
It was
yeah.
hilarious.
I
it was
I
great.
texted Perry. I'm like, a bunch of hearts. I'm like, thank you. He's like, I think happy one, but I fucking hate that we helped you guys out. He was sick as hell. But no, I mean, dude, like you said, you guys held Man City at bay. They really didn't look that threatening. I did want to ask you guys something about Haaland, and you guys
Who?
know,
Haaland?
you guys know I'm a big Haaland fan, so I back my guy regardless. But do you think? And the reason why I'm asking is because I was just rewatching Ted Lasso. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, highly recommend that show. Tearjerker, but also awesome just watching a show about the Prem. So it's pretty cool. But there's a moment in that show where a player named Jamie Tart, he's notorious for being that asshole that he's an individual player, not really a team player. So Ted, the coach, turns him into a team player. And for there's a run of games where he's just not performing. And then the new coach comes in and Ted asks, what can I do to help out? He's like, it's your fault. You turned him into a team player. He's an asshole. Let him be an asshole. And the reason I'm saying this, do you think that's something we're seeing with Haaland where Pep is trying to turn him into a player that he really isn't? He should just be somebody who just stick him in the box and just let him fucking score the goals.
You know who had this problem? Zlatan.
And I've said this before. Didn't work with Zlatan.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work with Eto'o. Didn't work with Thierry. Is it going to work with Haaland? I mean, look, we're saying this. He has fucking 25 goals. So obviously something's working out. But the overall team performances, and this is why I asked this a long time ago, what do you rate more, results or performances? The performances have not been there.
Well, the performance gives you the results.
Yeah.
in some cases.
So in some cases, sometimes the results
Yeah.
just a matter of luck, and the performance may be there, but the result doesn't go your way. But in this case, I feel like the performances haven't been there, and I feel like Pep is turning Haaland into a player that he really isn't. How do you guys view that? Would you guys agree, disagree? Just a bad run of form that they're in right now.
I would say like give me a couple more games to actually see that, because Haaland's on a great run, to breaking the Premier League record. Um, I still think that the possibility is there, but if we start seeing like the poor run of form, then I will start believing like Pep Guardiola is bringing his talent and his ability down. Um, but I think it's too soon to say
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
I think it's still too soon. I mean, Holland is still young enough where maybe this new kind of instruction could still be absorbed and not so much change the way he plays, but at least adapt to a different way of playing so that he can include it in his overall style of play. I think it's more Pep trying to change everything else around him all at the same time and not really honing in on one specific thing. That's probably doing more harm than good.
Yeah, other individual players are underperforming as well. Like De Bruyne has been pretty poor last couple months as well. Bernardo Silva, he was phenomenal last season. He's been pretty poor, and obviously we've talked about the defense, and obviously Jack Grealish is. We all know Jack Grealish, so yeah. I mean, we all know Holland. Like Holland can't do anything more than what he's doing right now. He's literally just a goal scorer. Like he'll probably improve on his technical ability or linking up by maybe what like 2-3% throughout his career, but he'll never be elite at it. Like it's very hard. Like Holland is pretty much the finished product in the article right now. Like probably the best goal scorer on the planet, the best goal scorer probably this century, or at least goal scoring talent this century. So that'll be Holland, what he is and what he always be. So I see it. Let's see what.
Diego in all caps. Holland not breaking it.
But I mean, I haven't watched much City games lately. But like you said, if Pep is trying to integrate him and trying to be that kind of like, or I guess team player linking up, then I guess it would be definitely a fault in Pep, because obviously Holland is never that player. He'll never be that player. So
We will see what Haaland and Man City can produce from now until the end of the season. Again, we know how it can go. They can go on that perfect run of form and win every single game.
I don't think
here
they'll
and
do that.
I don't think so either. That's why I'm hoping that this
don't
is
think they'll do
what I'm feeling is coming to light right now.
What was the stat that he had against Spurs? 0 shots and 0 touches in a box.
Yeah, dude, he was
Mhm.
he was
Yeah, yeah.
Lukaku was in his debut
Yeah.
for United, I think it was, or whatever game that was, where he had like 5 touches in all game. Or Chelsea, was it Chelsea?
I forgot. But like, all right, but like if you were City last summer, would you have taken Kane over Holland? Obviously, I'm a huge fan of
Yes.
Kane, but I
I
would
would choose
Yes.
Kane.
I would have
Yeah,
chose
Kane.
Kane.
I think
Yeah, because
everyone would
like
agree.
you got the man who has experience in the Premier League, who's one of the he won 2 or 3 Golden Boots in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Not saying that Haaland can't do it, but you want that leadership, you want that talent, you want that skill, you want that striker that can
Do it all.
do it all.
And then with the way City were playing last season, Kane would have been a better just drop in and let him be. I think we all focused so much on all they needed was the striker, all they needed was someone to just put the ball in the back of the net. Yes, they got that kind of striker, but at what cost? At the cost to the way they play, because now they have to adjust how they play. Because Holland's not going to come back and link up play,
I think he will, but
not as much.
I don't think he can. The difference.
The ability
I
is
think
not there yet.
Exactly. The technicality is still not there yet. So I think he's trying. It's just not working out because he's either
He's not
choosing the
used to
wrong
it.
runs. Yeah, not positioning himself the right ways. A lot of things that can go into this, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and also we talked about obviously City missing the likes of Sterling and Jesus, but pretty much right now the only goal scorers for City is obviously Haaland and Mars to some extent. Jack Grealish isn't scoring, but last season it was Jesus, Sterling,
Foden.
De Bruyne,
Foden, De
everybody.
Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan. It was like 5,
Sil-
6
Silva
players.
went on a
Yeah.
run for a
Exactly.
couple
So
games.
now it's just 1 or 2 players putting in the goals. So
We shall see what happens with City. Cheaty, sorry. That wraps up the Prem recap. We got some other news. I think we already mentioned it. West Ham out of relegation zone, right?
yes, By 1
Other
point.
major results around the league? You guys, anything that kind of stood out to you guys? Kind of caught you off guard?
Let me pull it up.
Nottingham Forest continuing to show that they're doing a lot better with the new signings.
Yeah.
Gaylor Navas having an outstanding
Gaylor.
performance.
Yeah.
Their performance against Leeds United, winning 1-0. They stood out for me. They're standing out for me now in the
Yeah.
second half of the season.
Mitomo still on smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bringing that college degree into works, man.
And that was
Yeah.
but that was a header.
It was
Still,
a-
he
That was
probably
a
studied that
nice-
shit too.
And this whole time I thought I had to go to school or something actually important. I could have gone for fucking studying soccer, and then I
You could have just called him Matoma and just taken private lessons with
for
it.
real, man, fucking got hustled. I got vlatted. Let's go into some.
Oh.
Let's get into this. If you don't know that, DM us. I'll explain that. Predictions for this week coming up. It is a longer week than usual because there are some games that has to be made up. That game being Arsenal versus Man City next Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So the first games we have here are West Ham versus Chelsea. Feel like they should probably I think everybody's expecting one result, but I want to see what you guys are thinking right now.
Well, Chelsea's last two games were both 0-0. 0-0 with Liverpool, 0-0 with Fulham. I'm gonna go again with 0-0.
Another one?
Another 0-0.
What are the odds of that though?
1-3 right now.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Another draw. Wow, 2 draws. Okay.
West Ham at home is always a tremendously tricky fixture for Chelsea. I'm gonna go 2-1 West Ham.
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
I second that.
2-1 Chelsea.
All right.
Liverpool versus Everton. The Merseyside Derby. Ah, man, this is gonna
At
be
Anfield.
interesting one at Anfield.
At Anfield. Now we were checking earlier to see when was the last time Everton actually won at Anfield. It was actually COVID season.
That's how you guys won it, right?
No.
It wasn't you won it?
No, that was City. The real COVID season was when City won it that year.
No, you guys.
Everyone was saying Liverpool the COVID season.
You guys won the COVID. That don't count.
I'm gonna go with an Everton win. 1-0.
Oh, wow.
Actually, no. 2-1. 2-1.
This is a tough one. I think it's gonna be a draw. I think it's gonna be a dud of a game. I just can't decide if it's gonna be 0-0 or 1-1.
Flip a coin.
0-0.
Damn, another boring game.
1-1.
What? Oh man.
He's choosing to say.
Listen,
I feel-
Burnley ball is back.
I-
Liverpool can't do shit.
I get that, man, but there's some games where it's tactical. There's some games where
It is a
it's
derby.
Just
It is
it's
a
just
derby.
passion,
It is
and this
true.
one is a passion game.
Passionate
Passion
0-0.
merchant game.
Huh?
Passion
This is a passion merchant. And look, you have a bunch of you have Jordan, you have Hendo, you got a bunch of passion merchants on there. So I'm gonna give it to Liverpool to scrape it out 2-1.
It's gonna be very passionate 0-0. Marquitos.
1-0. Liverpool.
And then to end our prediction and end the game week, I believe, is Arsenal hosting Manchester Cheaty. I think this game should be voided off just because obviously we know that they cheated, but look, if it doesn't, the league is fixed. That's all I gotta say.
So-
Cool. Before we get into the person's question, with this whole Man Cheaty thing going on, I mean, obviously you're gonna be okay with it happening because it'll help you guys out. But
The
wouldn't
question?
you?
Yeah.
But wouldn't you rather want to win it fair and square without any cheating involved? If there's points deductions,
If
for example.
anything, I'd be more happy that they get penalized because we're still ahead of them with them cheating. So we're just doubling down on our fortune. So I don't give a fuck what happens to them. If they can get really good at this season, I don't give a fuck. I'll still be happy with the win.
You're ahead regardless.
Exactly. So if we were behind and then we jumped ahead of them by point deduction, I'd be like, okay, it's not the same. But we're ahead of them, so I don't give a fuck. We're here, we deserve it. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck.
This one's gonna be a tough one. It's at the Emirates, right?
At the Emirates, yeah.
Is it me or I feel like
This
every
one's
big
tough.
game for Arsenal has been at the Emirates lately. Which
Recently, the
Yeah,
one's like,
yeah.
if they get past this test,
Yeah.
then United was, I
And-
think, the most recent one.
And Arsenal has always done well at the big games at home. So
This season, I think we're undefeated at home.
I'm gonna say 3-1 Arsenal.
That'd be a great result.
This is a tough one.
It's a tough one.
This is a tough one. I think City are gonna do everything they can to bounce back. But you guys are top of the table for a reason. 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
Real quick, just to go back to the Merseyside derby, Diego is saying the 8th Monday match for Liverpool v Everton, in which Everton are unbeaten at Anfield. I'm assuming
Oh, that's nil
on a Monday match.
Did he put his prediction or no?
No, he didn't.
Diego, send us your predictions. Either put in the chat or just message us so that way people can see as well. Oh, it's 2-1, right?
I said 2-1,
2-1.
This is it, pretty much.
This is it. I think this is it. 2-1.
This is it.
Arsenal. 2-0. 2-0 to
Clean
the
sheet.
Arsenal. All right. I'm hoping so, man. I'm hoping so. But this is the I think the test that everybody's been waiting
Yeah,
for.
under the lights.
Everybody's been saying, "Oh, you haven't played Man
Wednesday
City yet.
night.
You haven't played Man City yet." So this is it. This is it.
Man Cheaty, bro.
Man Cheaty.
It
Man
sounds like the
Cheaty.
thing, Roberto Mancini.
Roberto
Their
Mancini.
ex-manager. Their ex-manager.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Arteta and Pep bump heads.
I was watching these videos early. I'm sure you saw the interview where Pep said, "Oh yeah, Arteta, when we scored goals, he always celebrated except for one club,
Arsenal.
He never celebrated." And there's been videos going around of that happening. There's one where Man City scored like 100 goals. Or Man Cheaty scored like 100 goals on us. Pep is celebrating. The coach is never celebrating. Arteta's just there, not moving. Muscle just serious. Another one where Arsene and Pep are going at it, and so are the other coaching staff members. And Arteta's like trying to calm down, like stop. I was like, that's my fucking manager, bro. He knew he was coming over here. He took pictures of all the documents and fucking was the more of that. He's my manager. My fucking manager. He saved football. Where was I? That was it, right?
I think that was it.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, that's it for the Prem recap, for the Prem predictions.
And this is the last one for this.
Oh yeah, we
For
didn't
this set of
go over
fixtures.
the last game weeks.
Oh yeah, how we
So,
do?
Last game week, they give us a quick update as to how we did, and then we'll get into Fantasy 15.
Right, so it was game week 22 last game week, and we predicted Chelsea, Fulham, Nottingham Forest versus Leeds, and Spurs City. And for Chelsea Fulham, only one person got a point. That was Marco, 1-1 predicted. Thought it was always 0-0 for and for Nottingham Leeds, it was Nottingham 1-0, right?
Yes.
And so Eric and Marco get 1 point for predicting a no
Right.
Leeds one, no?
No, Forest one.
Nottingham
Forest
Forest won 1-0.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, sorry, and then no one gets a point.
I said Nottingham.
No one got a
We
point.
need to
No one got a
start double.
point.
We really need to. I say this every week. We got to start double checking this shit.
Whatever. Myself got
Man Cheaty,
Diego
Man
and
Cheaty.
Dyer predicted a draw, and Eric and Marco predicted a Leeds win.
Wow.
So Nottingham won, right? Are you guys
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah, Nottingham won.
Yeah, they
Nottingham
did.
won 1-0. Keylor Navas had
Oh,
an
yeah.
outstanding game.
Yeah.
He was man of the
And
match.
Spurs City, Eric gets a point for predicting a Spurs win, and Dyer gets a point for predicting a Spurs win.
What was the score I gave?
You gave 2-1 Spurs. Dyer, you gave 3-2 Spurs. And the game week 2 roundup, Eric on 1, Marco on 1, Dyer on 1, everyone else on 0.
Damn, that was a very, very weak prediction from us.
That was
It
yeah.
was. I mean, we can't sleep on Nottingham anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But
I mean, finally, their 40 signings are coming due.
Diego's
29.
Diego's predictions are the following: West Ham 0, Chelsea 1. Liverpool 0, Everton 0.
Ooh.
And then the last one is not even mention it because he always predicts Arsenal loss. So
Was it?
Arsenal 1, Man Cheaty 2. I gotta vote for Man City. They fucking just cheated. And
They're gonna cheat their way into a win.
whatever. Whatever. F for that rating, for that prediction right there.
Broad rating.
Yeah.
F
Fantasy
for fraud.
15.
Fantasy 15.
Fantasy
Ready?
15 or less. Probably less.
A lot less.
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
Damn, you get that 50 minutes by yourself?
We'll see. No, maybe not 15.
Damn, I'm gonna say that's like a high school presentation that you feel they go forever, but look at the clock. Oh shit, it's only been 30 seconds. Like, fuck, I gotta keep going. All right.
Oh, no, it ends when it ends. Ready?
Go.
All right. So, quick roundup of the draft just to see how everyone is doing. One of the few moments I am glad that Diego is not here because there was a literal smackdown. I beat him by 50 points.
Woo!
Sorry, buddy.
Wow.
76.
Sorry, buddy. You saw the
Sorry.
way he said that? That's
Sorry.
crazy.
You pull that MJ.
Sorry.
fucking-
76 to 26. Eric beating Josue by 1 point,
Yo,
40 to 39.
I don't even gotta try. I don't even have to try.
I wasn't even trying either.
And Marco, sorry, but looks like Nick also gave you the SmackDown 53 to 20.
Damn.
Just real quick, how the standings are from bottom up. Josue in last place with 20. Marco 25 points. Eric 29. Nick 32. Diego with 35, and I have 52 points at the top
I
of
got
the
20
thing.
What's the point of this anymore?
I don't even know,
Honestly,
honestly.
like
For friendly competition, pick better players. I know there's an agenda against me. I don't know if you're ever gonna enact it. You might want to do that soon.
pick better players.
Oh well, sorry. So real quick, getting into the actual fantasy side of it, not many changes from last week in regards to the watch list. Some of the things that you do want to keep in mind going forward. We do have a double game week coming up this week. City and Arsenal both play each other, as we mentioned, next week at the end of the game week. City do play Villa at home first before traveling to Arsenal, and Arsenal do play Brentford at home before they have to host City. Cheaty, correct? Yes, thank you for correcting me. The Arsenal treble up that you will most likely be picking from, most likely similar from last week. If you guys listened to this segment last week, Ben White, Saliba, Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka. Any of those three are your likely treble for Arsenal. City, however, not really convincing in that loss to Spurs as we just covered before. By this point, most people already have either KDB or Mahrez. Some of you even have both. Probably not a situation where you're going to want to buy someone to get them in. You're probably not going to want to sell them either because they do have the double. So if you have them, just hold it. If you don't have one, just keep that in mind that they're really not performing too well right now. So you don't want to fall into a trap, especially with KDB because he is pretty expensive. A lot of people, however, because of the United double that we just got out of, they did do KDB to Bruno with the idea of going back to KDB for this upcoming double. Probably best to stay away from that move right now. Again, City form is just not doing so well, and yes, we did manage to draw against Leeds today, but we have another shot at the weekend. So probably holding Bruno, if you're part of that camp that made that move, might be the right thing to do. Going forward as well, Wolves are stepping up defensively. It was a fairly easy game against Liverpool, but right now it looks like getting on the defensive train, mainly Kilman, is probably your best bet. A lot of people have had Bueno for quite some time because he is a cheap enabler only at 3.9. Unfortunately, he did not start. So there is some worry about his expected minutes going forward. So maybe switching over to the likes of Kilman could help you out. And with Burnley ball being back, Everton do have 2 fixtures within the next 3. However, their away fixture is also a relatively straightforward game going to Anfield, as Nick already said before, that it's a pretty easy game when you play Liverpool now. So defensively, of course, Tarkowski did score the goal this last time out, so he is definitely a good option. Under Sean Dyche, we know just how good he was as an option when he was at Burnley as well. Some good news for some of you like myself who still own Patterson, even though he's been injured for quite some time. He should be back fairly soon, which should bring some additional options on that right flank for Everton. So those are some names that you do want to keep an eye on. And also for Newcastle, it looks like Callum Wilson is making his case again. For quite some time, we've been saying that you're probably going to want to focus on the defensive side of Newcastle, but Callum Wilson is still stepping it up. Just letting you know that he is still there. So if you're still holding on to the likes of Almiron, maybe you might want to switch over and try going to Callum Wilson instead, especially with Isak. Not sure how long he's going to be out, but that is definitely a good shout. And honestly, that is it.
So that was 5 minutes. So fantasy 5.
By the way, Gak, congratulations. You triple captain Marcus Rashford, I saw.
Yes, this was a very good week for the triple captainers. A lot of people did use their triple captainship on Rashford. Myself was one of them.
That's crazy. He didn't give that advice on the last fantasy.
That's why.
prediction.
That's why. I'm
So he
bothered
saves the
to
good shit
listen-
for himself.
That's why I'm even bothered to listen to him at all.
More reason, Diego. You see that?
Yo, invest.
We didn't go over captaincy last week, so
I
Yo, got Cheaty, yo.
I feel like he's a
That's
low
it.
key Man. I feel like
Cheaty.
he's a low key
Hey,
Man
listen,
City.
disclaimer,
That's good.
disclaimer. You guys
That's
play your
cheating.
own game.
Yeah, he tells you what to do, and they just like
No,
completely.
I don't tell you what to
different,
do. We give
I-
advice. If you choose to follow it, that's on you.
and then you don't even follow your own advice
What do you mean?
because you didn't tell anybody about that triple captain.
No, that's you're right.
It is
I-
true.
You're right.
That's crazy.
I
yo.
miss the old guy where he would like go into the chat and be like, "Don't forget to make your predictions."
Yeah,
That's-
for real.
that-
Because you have everybody in the chat who just forgets about it now. Nico's probably the only one that probably still keeps up with it sometimes.
I keep up with it when we're we're recording here. I was looking at it right now. I miss the humble guy with fantasy now. I respect it though. He leveled up.
I leveled up.
leveled
Well,
up.
listen,
On
no,
fan- no, on
I'm not even
fantasy.
gonna go into it because you guys are gonna ream me. But I am doing pretty well in fantasy this season.
No,
I'm
you're-
pretty
you're
proud of
first.
it. I'm pretty
Oh
proud
yeah, how
of
you
it.
doing in the actual not in the draft, but in the fantasy league itself, the one that we're a part
He
of.
cheated his way up.
You're
I'm
in
in
first place?
first. I'm in first.
Wait, do you have a ring yet?
The one that we
Do I have
paid
a
for.
ring? Yeah, I'm in
it-
first.
Oh shit,
Yeah, I'm in
yo,
first.
yo,
I'm in
that
first.
pays out good, bro.
Do you
I'm
have
in
a ring?
first. Do I have a ring?
Yeah.
You have to get a championship
That's
ring.
what-
No.
Don't chat to me. I already have a ring.
No, but yeah, I
how
am.
many points
I
are
am
you
in
clear?
40, 50.
You're 40 points clear from second place.
To be honest, that's a low.
No, it went. No, the points just got updated. So now it's 20.
That's still, dude. That's
23.
That's a couple game weeks that people,
23, and it's funny. I was talking to Diego earlier. The second place in the paid league still hasn't used this triple captain, so that could come back to.
Is it that Mike Ahern
could-
guy?
no,
you're
not
you're,
him.
Oh,
you're
okay,
28
yeah.
points ahead.
Yeah, the points updated.
Dude,
from
that's
the last time I looked at it.
really fucking good, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, look, when God wins,
11
China's pizza.
11 million, 11 million players playing the fantasy game. I'm just inside the top 150K. So
Nice.
I'm having a really good season.
Light
I'm
light
wondering-
flex.
So we
Let's
have
keep
a
it going.
podcast where they give their advice on what to do in fantasy, but then God does his own thing on the side. Damn.
No,
Talk
no.
about IQ. Yo, that yo, big brain move.
No,
right
that's
there.
not even.
Big brain
Not
move
even.
right
Not
there.
even. Not even.
Damn.
Listen, we're always working to revamp the segment, so we'll
Eric-
make sure it gets better going forward.
Eric, are you even trying?
Dude, I haven't logged in since the second week.
You're actually in 12th place.
Let's go.
Dude, I actually have a
You're one
decent
spot
team.
behind me.
I have a decent team.
I'm not even trying either.
I have a decent team, but
Terrible.
Where you at right now? What place are you
I'm
in?
ninth. But my team is good. I got Mitoma, Rashford, Holland, Shaw.
Have you been
Trippier.
trying?
I
Like I said, he
took my
tries. He
team
probably
on-
tries the most.
Because I'm only 5
not
points
even-
behind you, and I haven't been trying. Since.
But no, but I like check my team when we record here in fantasy segment.
I don't.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop doing it, or if I do it, I'm just gonna focus on getting last place.
Like, get like an AI. Ooh, like an AI.
You think I can do that?
Probably.
I'll just
Or
pay somebody.
Just code something.
Yo,
up.
yeah, I'll just give my account.
You want me to manage it for you?
I mean, you're already cheating, so I'm gonna do
No.
mine too. So
Get
Wow.
cheated.
That's why I'm
Get
telling
cheated.
you, give me your players.
Give up on that. Give up on that. It's not
Get
gonna happen.
cheated.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
All right, I think we went long enough today. I think that was a good episode. I think we covered a lot of what's going on in the Prem specifically. Is there anything else that you guys we didn't touch on? They want to bring up real quick?
Just outside of like the Premier League,
Oh, we just
Marseille,
talked- oh, okay.
Marseille beats Messi and PSG today, 2-1.
Oh, yeah, Alexis, I think was the man of the match that game or some
I
shit.
think he scored a penalty. Knocks PSG out of that. I don't know. I don't even know how to say
the
that tournament.
It's called.
Yeah,
Coupe de France.
yeah.
That's crazy.
FIFA Club World Cup. Saudi Arabian team, I think.
Yeah,
versus-
Al Hilal. I
Yeah,
think, made it
against
to the
Real
final.
Madrid final. I don't know when that is, but
They played today, didn't they?
they beat Flamengo yesterday.
Al Hilal
3-2.
beat Flamengo. Yeah,
Yeah,
to make it
didn't
to
Al
the
Hilal
final.
play Real Madrid today?
No,
No, that was a
Madrid-
different Qatari team.
Madrid played
Was
today.
that
My-
Al Halil?
Al Ahly.
Yeah, that's
The
like
Egyptian
apparently
team.
that's the best team.
The-
no, wait,
Oh,
no,
it's Egypt?
No, Moroccan.
no, Al Hali.
Al Ahly.
No, I think they're the Saudi Arabian team with the blue badge.
I'm talking about the red badge.
Oh no.
I'm getting them
no.
mixed up. I'm so
Are you
sorry.
talking about Halame?
Huh?
Halame la verga?
Wow.
Good night.
Got him. That is sick right now.
Yo,
It's alright.
are we still recording?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Turning this mic off right now. Okay.
Happens to the best of
And
us.
just and just
I'll see you guys in a couple months.
and just for the record, it was Al Ali from Egypt that Real Madrid beat.
Oh, man.
It was perfect because it fucking rhymed with Al Halal.
My bad, dog.
Holy
Oh.
shit, dude.
I was gonna bring something up. I forgot what I was gonna bring up, honestly, but
You're saying good night.
I wasn't thinking that.
No, you are saying good night.
Okay, good night. Thank you for watching. The Benchwarmers Boys. Peace out, everybody.
Later, y'all.